Hello, I'm Phil Little, host of the Private Investigator Experience podcast. And along with my co host Wade Little, we talk about the cases and life of a private investigator. But this is my weekly wrap up, which is a short overview of things that I'm looking at around the world that might affect our security at our communities and where we live. The one issue that is dominating the world news is the war between Israel and Hamas. With this started on this barbaric attack on October the 7th, by murdering over 1,400 Israelis, injuring over 4,000, and taking hostage about 240 people back into Gaza. There were so many untruths and misinformation, to say it nicely, coming from so many sources. I think it's time that more of us step out of the crowd and search out, find the facts, and report them. Will you be one with me? Will you step out of the crowd? What do you think about that? Would you do something for me? Would you like this video, share it, subscribe to it, get it out to many people as you can so that we can pose that question to them? It's alarming how many politicians around the world are pushing for a two-state solution on the Israeli territory. It will never happen. Why? One, the Palestinians have been offered that two-state solution many times and they've always refused it. The only position they have, with Hamas leading the Palestinian people, is to push the Jews into the sea. That is their main and first goal. Iran, who's their backer, goes even further than that by saying that they want to eradicate or kill every Jew in the world and wipe them off of the map. Why do world leaders who are listening to this not believe what they're saying, or they act like they don't believe, even in the USA? As an investigator, I deal in facts. And when I want to find out what the facts are, I investigate and find out factually unbased sources using accepted historical records which reveal what the facts are. I am what you would call a eternal, forever optimist. And I've always looked at the good in everyone. Now, with the time that we're living in and how advanced that we are as a country and our financial and moral decay, my optimism has all but disappeared. The events of October the 7th lifted the veil off not only the evil that Hamas is, but how evil has infected our society worldwide. If we have any belief that we should learn something from our past, we should look carefully at the actions of the Germans, a majority of the people in Germany, who failed to take Hitler at his word that he was going to remove the Jews from the world. They failed to see the signs that he was building up to a dictatorship control of Germany. If we don't take Iran, Hamas, and their cohorts at their word about the Jews, we will suffer the same demise from their attacks as they finish with the Jews. They will come for us next. We can see many evils exposed with the October 7th satanic attack on Israel. And one that's coming out is how deep the anti-Semitism is around the world. I've been speechless, and I'm hearing many other people say the same thing. I would suggest it would be good for all of us if we did some investigation into the history of the Jews, where they came from, their journey down through the centuries of attempts of trying to wipe them out from the face of the earth and kill them. Every time it did not succeed. And every one of those countries that attacked and attempted to destroy Israel were destroyed themselves with the judgment of God. Here is what God says about his people from the Bible in Genesis 12:3. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. Well, you might say, I don't believe in the Bible. Humor me here for a moment, would you? Let's say I'm right about the Bible being God's word and who God is, and you're wrong in your opinion. But what if you believe what I'm saying and it turns out to be true? Well, you have gained everything. you've gained life. Okay? But let's say I'm not right and you're right. There's no God. He's not who he says he is. He doesn't protect the Jews. What have you lost to disbelieve in what I am saying? For if you are wrong, you lose everything. Why have I lost my optimism about the future of America? Pulling back from the desperate devastation and ruin that we are rushing for. If you're just waiting for the next election when you hope the person will be elected that can change the course of our country and solve all the financial and moral problems, that won't happen, folks. One person, even a president, no matter how talented, can do that alone. Particularly when there is a deep state and a weaponizing of the Justice Department against anyone who is on the conservative or really believes in America program. We can see over the last 3 years what has happened with the political party in power weaponizing the Justice Department against their opponents. This will be a raid, even if a conservative is elected, by the deep state and those who are embedded within our government below those elected officials. Second, I believe we passed the point of returning our country to financial stability without a major climatic situation. We have a $34 trillion debt that must be dealt with, must be paid. It must be caved down. It's got to be dealt with. It just can't be pushed down the road. We're coming to a worse than 29 or 30 devastation and downsizing in the economy if we don't do something. And then we have to operate a government within a budget. It just can't go on like it is. The problem is there's not the will of the politicians on either side to tell the public what the truth is and what needs to be done. For it will cause a lot of short-term pain and changes for all of us. Also, the left has created this welfare state with a growing portion of the voting public needed to keep them in power, to keep the handouts coming. So what do? Just give up? Go up to some remote mountain and hope we survive? Well, no, I don't believe that. I believe if enough of us rise up with our voices and votes and remove from office those on both sides of the aisle who are the problem and replace them with God-honoring men and women who believe in a biblical worldview and a conservative approach to government, and who will tell the truth to the citizens and set in motion changes to our runaway debt and moral decay, then we will have hope of turning America around. And my optimism will start to come back. And just as important is our unwavering support for Israel without limits. For if we don't, then God will judge the United States of America. Remember what Genesis 12:3 says. God says, not me, but the Bible, I will bless those who bless Israel, and I will curse those who curse Israel. Will you join with me by doing a like and a share and then subscribing to this post and get this message out to all the friends and people you have so they can also make a decision about will they come out of the crowd and stand with us. Together, we can make a difference. You can leave any comments you like on any of the platforms, and you can email me at PLittlePi777@gmail.com. Until next time, may God bless you and your family, and may God bless America. Be safe.